Baylee, you join us now fresh off the back of signing your first pro deal with the club. Just tell us how that feels.
Yeah, it's a big thing when we signed my first pro deal. It's what I've been building up to for however many years since I started playing football. So to finally get it, it's just a start now. I just need to push on, keep going, and even more forward.
Not many people know you've been with the club since you were 8, 9 years old.
Yeah.
You've been with the club for the best part of 10 years now. Talk to us about that journey, how it's culminated right here, right now, with you signing your pro deal, and how you've evolved and how the academy's evolved in that 10 years since you've been here.
Yeah, so obviously coming in I was 8, 9 years old, so been here a long time. It's changed a lot. I've always enjoyed it though, even when I was young. Always enjoyed playing. I was playing up a year, scoring goals and enjoying myself, and then just been at the academy. And then obviously when Will's come in, things changed a bit, and it's for the better. And it's definitely made me wake up and realise that I need to kick on now, and if I want to get my scholar, which then I got, and obviously then being with the first team, getting my pro. So it's been a long journey, but definitely a good one.
And like you touched on there, it has been a long journey. Throughout that time, who's been your inspiration on and off the field? And ultimately, why did you choose football that many years ago to say this is the career path that I want to be on? And who was the person that inspired you, whether it's your family or a footballer?
Yeah.
What inspired you?
I'd say my family, definitely. My mum, my nan and my granddad always been there for me. Like, my granddad always take me from when I was 5, 6 to play football for my Sunday league team. I say my favourite footballer that really inspired me when I was younger was Balotelli, because I supported City because of him. He was my idol really, when I looked up to him. But definitely my granddad, my mum and my nan always been there for me.
So you touched on your family briefly there, and obviously, as well as yourself, being in the academy for such a long time, it's quite a journey for them as well. Can you tell us how the academy and the club have supported both you and your family throughout your time with us?
Yeah, always been supportful. Obviously, I live close. I live about 15 minutes away, so it's not too much of a journey. So I've always been able to make sessions or whatever. But whenever I'm at training or games, my coaches from under 9s to under 18s always been supportful of me, trusted me. That's a big thing, having trust in me, and just know me on a personal level. Because obviously, if I'm coming in 3 times a week, I need to have good relationships with all the players and coaches. And then obviously, from when I've come to the first team, the gaffer, David Dunn, Scully as well, they've all been really welcome, as well as the players. So it's been easy to gel in with them.
You touched on that personal relationship with the coaches. Obviously, we're getting to know Baylee Dipepa, the player, on the field now for Andy Crosby's side. But how has the academy helped to shape you as a person, Baylee Dipepa, off the field? What kind of personal skills have they instilled in you throughout your time here?
I'd say leadership. It's helped with my social skills a lot as well. Obviously, having teammates like Reece, for example, I've played with Reece since I was 8, 9. He's been there as well with me the whole way through. So having close relationships with players. Jack obviously is coming later, but I still got a good relationship with Jack. Ben as well, came in a bit later, but I get on with everyone. So it shaped me to be a good person on and off the field. So I definitely thank the club for that, because it's not like I come and I change myself. I have to be someone else when I come to show off or anything. It's more like relaxed, have good relationships with everyone.
You touched on the likes of Reece, Ben, Jack just now. How much easier was it for you when you did get the call up to firstly come and train with the first team? How much easier was that transition for you, having them familiar faces around you, to make that step up together?
Yeah, it was a lot easier, because if I was on my own, I would have probably been a lot more nervous. Obviously, if me being the only one who's younger, then maybe I didn't want to take risks or anything. But being with my friends and them being in the same situation with me motivated me to do better as well, because obviously you've got to prove yourself, but also make it more relaxed and know that I'm not the only one who's making a transition from youth team to first team football. So it was definitely easier.
And obviously training with the first team is one thing, but going on to then make your cup and your league debut, first of all, your cup debut against Crewe Alex, and then further down the line making your league debut against Exeter. Talk to us about how that felt to you personally and professionally, that Andy Crosby's put that trust in you to go out and be Baylee Dipepa and express yourself on the pitch on such a scale in the cup and in the league.
Yeah, it was surreal at first, obviously, training with him for a couple of weeks, months or whatever, and then actually coming to make my debut was the next level. Like, I'd say, obviously, Crewe was a good game to make my debut, but my league debut at Exeter, it was good because obviously we got a win, and the atmosphere was great, obviously with the chant as well. Yeah, so Exeter was probably my favourite game to date. Obviously, a big moment for me. So yeah, definitely.
And obviously we can't talk to you without talking about that chant that
Yeah.
obviously came about at Exeter. How does it feel as such a young lad to hear the fans behind you in such a way that they've made a chant for you within minutes of you being on the pitch? That must have felt good.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely puts more confidence in me and motivates me when I'm playing, because just to know that the fans, all the fans that have travelled down, however many hours, 4 hours down to Exeter, that they're supporting me and the team as well. So it's definitely a big thing. I love the chant.
And obviously just before now we touched on Andy Crosby and the management team. Just how have they been with you throughout the settling in period, with the step up from the academy to the first team and the further development on and off the pitch? Just talk to us about that relationship.
Yeah, yeah, the coaches have been great with me. They are they make sure I know what I have to do to play, train well every day. There's high standards in the group, so they make sure if I'm below them or if anyone's below them that they'll know that you're not pulling your weight or whatever. So, but also at the same time they're not too harsh to where I feel like I don't want to express myself. They always let me be myself, and I think I learned a lot. I definitely learned a lot already, and I'll definitely learn a lot more from all the coaches.
And touching on your pro deal like we did at the beginning of the interview, talk to us about when you got that call or that meeting from Dave Flitcroft, Andy Crosby, with yourself and your family to tell you that you have just earned yourself your first pro deal. That must have felt good, because throughout the football system there's not a lot of youngsters that will get to witness that and to feel that. Talk to us about just how much that meant to you and your family.
Yeah, it was a shock, to be fair. I didn't expect it at all to get my first pro. Like, I thought I was going in the right direction, but I didn't think it was as close as it was. We had a meeting with Will Ryder and Dave Flitcroft, me, my mum and my granddad, and yeah, we were just all over the moon. Obviously shocked but happy at the same time. Like, my dream has come true, more or less, to get the first pro. But obviously, like I said before, it's just a start. It's nothing to think I've made it now or anything. It's got to kick on from here and keep going.
And finally, just before we do let you go, as a young striker, obviously you must have dreamt about moments of you scoring your first pro goal in front of thousands of fans. Have you thought about what that feeling's going to be like, and also how you're going to celebrate when that moment does come about?
Yeah, I think about it a lot. I don't put too much pressure on myself. Obviously, the goals will come when they come, but yeah, I've got a few celebrations in mind, but we'll have to wait and see.
Do you want to show us one now?
No, we'll have to wait and see. We'll see on the celebrations.
No, Baylee, congratulations, mate.
Thank you a lot.